Hi, everybody, and welcome into the Cougar soccer facility as we get ready for men's soccer action here on the Cougar Sports Network. College of the Canyons and Fresno City College here on a wonderful Tuesday night in Santa Clarita. A beautiful day here in the Santa Clarita Valley. Should be a fun one for soccer as COC and Fresno City get to work doing battle. I'm Matt Robinson, happy to have you along with us as always here on the Cougar Sports Network. Well, the COC men's soccer team off to one of their best starts in recent history. The team currently 4-1, riding a four-game unbeaten streak, a four-game winning streak, as it were. Their longest winning streak since 2018 when they won 3 matches. Their longest unbeaten streak since the same year when they were unbeaten in 4. And trying to chase down a couple of win streaks that are a little bit longer. Their longest since 2010 was 11. They had one of 4 games in 2014. Trying to capture that one today with a win here over Fresno City, who's 2-0-1 on the season.
And now for tonight's starting lineups.
As we'll give you the starting lineups for both sides. As we look at Fresno City today, Julian Mejia getting the starting goal. Then Gustavo Ledesma, one of the midfielders. Edgar Vieira, Andrew Huerta, Alan Gutierrez, Levi Alcantar, Joey Chavez, Gavin House, Brandon Lopez, Brian Lopez, and Isaiah Villalobos rounding out the starting lineup for Fresno City. Their head coach is Eric Solberg as they get ready to go today against College of the Canyons, who's going to send out a lineup that looks like this. Phil Marcelin, once again the head coach for COC, will send out Adam Soria, the starter, the sophomore, in goal. So far this season, 3 starts in 4 games, has 2 wins and a loss. Jacob Reyes Silva, Alejandro Chavez, Garrett Carrillo, Andrew Montez, Julian De La O, Anthony Sakaja, Christian Lanzas Castillo, Jacob Davila, Elijah Tejeda, and Gage Fritz, the starters for Phil Marcelin today and his squad. As we mentioned, a very nice day out today. The weather is just about as good as you can ask for here in the summertime in Santa Clarita, although the bugs are kind of getting to us a bit here out today. But we'll live with that as
number 9, Julian De La O.
As we said, pretty nice day all together out.
Number 15, Christian Lanzas Castillo.
As the weather for today's match, 84 degrees at opening kick, winds out of the west-southwest at 10 miles an hour on a sunny day in Santa Clarita. Beautiful summer day. So we'll step aside for a few moments and we'll have the opening kick when we come back here on the Cougar Sports Network, COC Fresno City.
By head coach Phil Marcelin, currently in his 21st season, and assistant coaches Lucas.
College of the Canyons is always ready when it comes to your athletic future. With 17 intercollegiate sports programs to cheer for, opportunities for student athletes to learn, train, and compete, and a championship mindset that has produced state and national titles, College of the Canyons and the Cougars athletics programs offer a great college experience. Take control of your athletic future at College of the Canyons. Visit canyons.edu/schedule and cocathletics.com now.
At Jersey Mike's, watching them freshly slice your sub is the coolest thing you'll see. And the second coolest thing you'll see is this.
Woo! Here we go. Twirl. Up, big, hand down. One hand, up. No. Flip.
I could eat.
Slice right in front of you. The Jersey Mike's thing. A sub above.
Meet Nigel Terry. In 2018, UCLA Health made him Laker for a day. Not because he beat cancer once, he beat cancer twice. He inspired us to push, to make the impossible possible. Because that's what Nigels do, and the world needs more Nigels. UCLA Health.
College of the Canyons Athletics on the Cougar Sports Network is presented by Jersey Mike's. Try one of our authentic, fresh sliced and fresh grilled subs, always made to order. It's a Jersey Mike's thing. UCLA Health, delivering leading-edge patient care, research, and education. If you have a business and want to support COC Athletics, please contact the athletic department at 661-362-3333. 3491. Go Cougs!
Welcome back into the Cougar Sports Network, College of the Canyons and Fresno City College here on a Tuesday afternoon. Just about ready to go. As Fresno City in their white uniforms will move to our right here in the first. College of the Canyons in the blue with yellow shoulders and some white trim moving to our left. Cougars looking for another positive result, as we talked about, on a 4-game winning streak. They've beat Moore Park, San Diego City, Sequoias, and West Hills Lemoore, and they've done a good job in terms of the offensive side of the ball, which is something over the last few years has been a little bit of a struggle for College of the Canyons. You look, they've attempted 45 shots this season. Only 9 of them have been on goal. That's top 15 on the shots for. Or, excuse me, 9 goals for this year. That's top 25. You look at the shots per game, 9, 30 shots on goal, which is top 10 in the state so far this season. So stark contrast to teams in the past. And they've done a good job defensively, as we're used to seeing. Have only given up 4 goals so far this season. They do have a shutout. I was against Moore Park on the 29th of August. As we're just waiting on the official to give us the signal to go ahead. As we are underway, College of the Canyons, Fresno City College. Here on this Tuesday. Rams immediately on the attack after the ball that goes back. Cougars knock a player down, as it was Brian Lopez trying to cut through the middle. We'll have our first foul of the match, and we'll have our first opportunity for either side on a set piece just a few seconds in. So it'll be a chance for Fresno City on a set piece here. Looks like Brian Lopez standing over it. Brandon also standing to the right of it as we'll get set up. Brian gonna take it, bends it over, and he scores. A minute into the game, a minute into the match. Brian Lopez has his second of the year, and Fresno City has a 1-0 lead. Came off the set piece.
Goal for Fresno City, number 18, Brian Lopez.
So in the first minute, Brian Lopez has his second of the year. And so College of the Canyons, after all that good work they've done over the last 4 on limiting goals, give up an early goal here. So now Canyon's going to have to play from behind. And have struggled to possess the ball so far, as it's been all Fresno with it on their foot. So here's Gavin House. We'll swing it onto the far side as the Rams look to control down. They attacked quickly, got that ball just outside the 18. Forced a foul, and the set piece worked, as Brian Lopez able to strike it home. Fresno again with another takeaway. Fresno unbeaten so far in the year at 2-0-1. Trying to keep a win streak of their own intact. Last time these two teams met was actually last year, 2021, up in Fresno. The Rams took a 2-1 win over College of the Canyons when they struck first in the 32nd minute. Alejandro Chavez had the goal. The Cougars got an equalizer early in the second from Guillermo Martinez, but a Frankie Segovia goal, or excuse me, a Melvin Benitez goal in the 64th minute gave Fresno the win. So the Rams trying to get close to a similar unbeaten streak from last season. They went 6 in a row unbeaten to start the year. They were a 15-win team last year. We're unbeaten in 19 of the last 20, so a very good squad. A lot of changeover, a lot of freshmen on the roster this year, but seem to have really reloaded. Gutierrez, Alcantar, Chavez, House, and Ledesma, all sophomores in the starting lineup. The rest are freshmen. As here's Fresno once again back to work. They've controlled from just about the jump as we're just over 4 minutes in. They'll switch the field to the near side of Joey Chavez. Chavez around one man as he was able to slip Sakaja. They send it down to the corner, but it's too far for the run of Villalobos. And the Cougars will get a goal kick here. Canyons will go short and fast with it. Up through the middle of the field. Sakaja couldn't handle cleanly. Fresno on the attack. A good save by Soria on an attack from the far side as another really good look for Fresno. A ball that kind of just slipped behind the defense. The Cougars just a little unorganized. So it looks like it was maybe Ledesma off that far side. I couldn't tell who it was. So again, the Rams will control. Alcantar will get it back right at the center field stripe. Swings it to the middle of the field to Gavin House. Onto the near side to Chavez and back to House as they continue to play catch. Cougars have not had any possession so far other than a couple of seconds. It's really been Fresno. Pretty much all 5 minutes have been the Rams' attack. Is this one going to go out off of College of the Canyons? It was Alan Gutierrez off that far side that actually had the last chance that Soria made a nice save on. Soria so far this year, a 9.92 goals against average, a 786 save percentage. Has been solid in goal for COC. So here's a set piece low, in turn bounces, and Soria makes another stop. So Adam Soria, the sophomore out of Sylmar, to Sylmar Charter High School with a couple of saves here to keep the Cougars within reach. As it's just a 1-0 lead, the goal in the first minute of the match. Sakaja couldn't hold on to the ball. Fresno trying to go back the other way. Ball bounces back to the midfield area. House on first touch. And Fresno a good control. Good control touch by Brandon Lopez that time to get it back to Chavez. And now Levi Alcantar will send it back to the middle of the field. Ian House playing catch on the defensive line. They'll swing up to the midfielder Chavez on the near side. He'll put it up on the touch line. And again, they'll just swing back to House. It's been all Fresno control. They keep control, try and switch the field. Bad first touch to try and dump it back, and Julian De La O the other way on a counter. Doesn't have numbers, so he slows it up, dumps it off to Montez, back to De La O. He'll swing it on to the far side as a little bit of an overlap for Canyons. They try and work on an attack. As it's Lanzas Castillo trying to send it down low. Fresno able to clean it up and get a partial clear. Again, Fresno still with control. Villalobos had it for a moment. Ball swings back. Alcantar now once again with it. Will send it near side. Joey Chavez will pick it up on the near side. Brandon Lopez then will swing it back over to Alcantar as Fresno will just control. Fresno will play it back to Mejia, who will bring it back up to the near side. First touch not controlled well by Canyons, but they'll get it back. Tejeda, back to the back line. Here's Lanzas Castillo, gets it right back. As he tried to play it forward, now tries to play it to De La O, but it's turned over. Fresno countering. Canyons will clean it up with a clear back out to midfield. Good possession touch that time from Chavez as Fresno, able to hold on. Gutierrez now with it. So they'll work through the middle and back. So here's Fresno once again. Joey Chavez down the near side. Swings it back. Ledesma into the middle. Huerta had it for a second. They try and play through the middle. Canyons will get a clear. First control touch that time by Davila, not a good one as it's taken away once again by Fresno. Vieira will play it all the way back and the Rams will control back to their own goal. It's Mejia once again. You can hear a lot of calling out from the field, find our shape. That's been kind of the struggle here early on for Canyons, trying to stay in a defensive posture as it's been all Fresno control. With better forward pressure this time from Canyons as Mejia forced to handle a couple of times. Swings it over near side, Joey Chavez, back to House. Canyons has pressed Fresno all the way back to the top of their own 18, but still have not possessed the ball for more than a few seconds. Now they get a takeaway. They can't touch it to De La O cleanly, though. It takes a weird bounce off the turf. Then cleared out by Fresno, and it'll result in a Canyons throw-in. Cougars try and go quick. De La O tried to flick it to the outside, flicks it out of play. And now Fresno will get a chance to bring it back in. Here's House. Near side dropped it for Chavez. Back to House. As Fresno again playing control with the ball. If you look at it, if we had a possession metric, I would say Fresno has had 99% of the possession so far. So this one poked out for a corner, so another set piece, second corner of the match for Fresno. Brian Lopez standing over to take it. Drive it with the left foot on a bit of an in-turn here. See if he can get something going. Cougars trying to organize defensively. Soria pointing out instructions. High in-turn, deflected away by a Canyons defender. And Vieira will pick it back up and play for possession for Fresno. Alcantar will send it back to the top of the 18. Knocking it down is Gutierrez. Little tug on a jersey, no foul, we play on. Then a push from behind, no foul, we continue. Lanzas Castillo able to steal it away, but then turned it right back over as Fresno takes it away once again. Soria again hollering from the goal to find their shape on defense. Canyons trailing 1-0, a goal in the first minute by Fresno. As it was Brian Lopez in the first minute off a set piece, spending it past Soria. Tucking it inside the near side post for a 1-0 lead, his second of the year. Rams right back in the middle of the field. They'll swing it to the near side. Brian Lopez will pick up with plenty of space to operate. We'll send it back into the middle. Huerta will send it far side. They'll touch back to the middle. Swinging it back. Now trying to get it back to Huerta. Instead onto the outside to Ledesma on the near side wing. Drops back Gutierrez. In the middle, Chavez. Defended well. Good job by Canyons that time to get on it. They keep it in play. Back the other way come the Cougars. Reyes Silva trying to get a counter. Sakaja sends it to the outside. Canyons unable to control clean. Tejeda had it for a second and lost it. Fresno takes over. They try and go on a counter. Lopez on a good ball over the top. Soria comes out, heads it away. Lopez dangerous on that one, was onside on a nicely played ball, and just Soria the only one coming out able to make a nice play for Canyons on the defensive side. Gage Fritz will touch it down. Canyons will try and control. Probably the longest possession of the match so far for College of the Canyons, so they control once again on the near side. Sakaja dumps it off. Reyes Silva looking for a man in the middle, but it's not there. I think he was trying to connect with Davila, who just stopped his run. And went right to a Fresno City player, and the Rams will counter on the other direction. Villalobos sends it back to the middle of the field. Here's Gutierrez. Back off to Ledesma. Knocked down by one of the Canyons players. It was Fritz that knocked him down. Canyons will take away. They want to work on a counter. They try and get into the middle of De La O. He couldn't do much with it. Fresno back the other way. House able to slip a couple of men, knocked down from behind by De La O, so we'll get a foul and a free kick from just on the Canyons half of midfield, and Fresno will go quick and we go back to play. Canyons working on control. Here's Reyes Silva wearing the captain's armband today for College of the Canyons. Got it to Sakaja, back of the back line. Carrillo sends it to the far side. Back in the middle of Gage Fritz. Canyons will play it along to the outside of the far side. As Lances Castillo tried to play it ahead. Davila was offside, flag up on the far side, and so we'll get a stoppage. Don't forget to stay up to date on all COC athletics. Follow College of the Canyons on social media. You can find them on Facebook, College of the Canyons Athletics. On Instagram at COC Athletics. Same goes for Twitter. And of course, always, always, always check out the COC website, cocathletics.com, for the latest news, notes, scores, live stream links. Of course, you can also come onto YouTube. Follow the Cougar Sports Network. We'll have all the Cougars home live streams up on there. As if you're watching us, you've clearly found us, and we're happy to have you along. So there's Canyons on a takeaway. Sakaja on the near side wing slowly brings it up, and we'll drop it back. Reyes Silva now once again with it. We'll play it back to Fritz. Scratch that to Carrillo. Now to Fritz in the middle of the field. He'll swing it near side. Sakaja not going to be able to get there. It's right into the table. And Fresno will get a throw. Montez tried to get to that, could not. Instead it's Tejeda. Now Montez cut to the outside, but cut it a little too far for himself to get to. It's a Fresno throw. Fresno comes back in quickly with it.
But I like the effort. I like it. When there's a goal, definitely zoom in on whoever's.
That one goes out off of Canyons, so it'll be a corner kick for Fresno here. And actually there's an offside flag on the near side, so it'll actually be Canyons' ball. Fritz couldn't handle cleanly. 2 Rams right on top of him. Ball bounced back to the middle. Fritz got it once again. Will flip it back out. Fresno trying to control a couple of first touches on each side, and the Cougars will come away with it as Davila able to win the battle. Davila trying to get his shin guard strapped back up in the middle of the play, and the Cougars just have to play it back for control as Adam Soria with it. Garrett Carrillo now. Trying to spin it down. Reyes had a run, but wasn't ever going to beat the defender there. Fresno back the other way. And then a corner coming for College of the Canyons. There's a chance for COC, their first real attack opportunity of the match. Looks like Sakaja will send it all the way up for a... He'll bring it all the way up for the corner here. They go short on the corner. Trying to organize here. We'll do it off the other side this time. This time a straight ball. Missed on the near side, didn't even get in play, so an empty opportunity for College of the Canyons. On a corner chance and a goal kick coming as Mejia will play it away.
Somebody on our camera, that's all that matters to me.
Fresno once again in control. .22 minutes into this first half, Fresno with a goal in the first minute from Brian Lopez's second of the year. Came off a set piece after a quick foul. Fresno's had the better of the attack chances so far as well. Soria with a couple of big saves to keep the Cougars within 1. Canyons a couple of set pieces a few moments ago, but nothing doing off of corners. There's now Fresno back in control once again. Ball on the near side. Villalobos will touch it back. Chavez will spin it back to House. House will slide it far side. Alcantar will send it down the far wing and get it right back. Fresno staying patient. Now they'll swing it in. Gutierrez, 1v1. Trying to work around Chavez. Instead swings it into the middle, and Soria there to pick it up and slow the play down. Good read that time by the sophomore. As we said, has played in 4 or 5, started 3. This is his 4th start of the year, so make it 5 of 6 so far this season. He and Chase Moynihan have been splitting the time. There's Garrett Carrillo. Jacob Reyes Silva back to Carrillo. Just has to pop it in the air. Loose ball picked up by Fresno. Alcantara will send it back to House, who controls. House wants to swing it far side, has a man on a run. And Brian Lopez. Lopez with the goal. Dances back towards the middle of the field, trying to set it up to Brandon Lopez. He popped it back down to the corner. Played by Vieira. Tries to cut to the goal line, taken away by Canyons. Good defense that time by Lanzas Castillo. And the Cougars try and go on a counter. Montez was tripped up but got it down the far side. De La O on a run, trying to battle here with Lopez. Tried to stop it up just on the outside of the 18. Still battling. Got knocked down from behind. As Andrew Huerta came in and knocked him down. Didn't matter anyway, it got popped out of play, and the Cougars are going to throw in here deep inside the Fresno end. Canyons will try and play for some possession here. Here's Reyes Silva. Carrillo instead now. Right back middle of the field. Alejandro Chavez sends it far side. Good run here. Sakaja on the opposite side of the field than he started on. Tried to cut it back to the middle. Was looking for Tejeda, who was running through the middle and got deflected away. Cadence, though, will contain control. Lanzas Castillo, a long shot deflected down. Now a chance with the left foot from De La O, and he sends it well over the cage. See the opportunity. The ball bounces out to the middle of De La O, and he just sends it high and wide. Fresno back in control here. Cougars get a takeaway. Lanzas Castillo. Freshman out of Canyon High School trying to push it ahead. Cougars will play back control. Alejandro Chavez into the middle of the field. Jacob Davila will send it back to Garrett Carrillo. Gets it right back as he tried to play it through the middle. Plays it around one man. Gets it around a second man, but now has to kind of press ahead. He wanted to drop back into his defensive position as the Cougars in a bit of an overlap here, trying to reorganize themselves defensively. And look at a break here as Fresno could not control cleanly. Alejandro Chavez right back to the middle of the field. First touch by Montez. Got it over to Fritz. Gage couldn't keep control. Montez trying to help him out. Ball pinballing around. Fresno takes control. Villalobos. From about 30, he'll drop it out to Gutierrez on the near side wing. Right back into the middle of Joey Chavez. Fresno just slowing down, taking control. They'll try and switch the field. Good job by Christian Lanzas Castillo that time. Got a head on it, partial clear. Fresno right back on the attack. Here's Lopez once again. Lopez already has one, takes a left-footed shot that's knocked away. Good save by Soria. Punched it out with the right hand. And Canyons will try and get a counterattack. Sakasha down the far sideline, bodied off the ball by Vieira, knocked down. It's a throw-in for Fresno. Canyons wanted a foul. Fresno going to go quick, though, and not let him have the opportunity to argue. There's Brandon Lopez. Back to Gavin House. Near side of the field to Isaiah Villalobos. Right back towards Alan Gutierrez. Gets it on to Chavez, back to House as Fresno once again controlling. House going to overlap here, sends it down. He's going to try and get in on the attack as Gutierrez tries to take his man off the quarter, a chance on, and Soria able to make a stop. It was a partial deflection on goal by Villalobos. Never really got all of it, and Soria able to knock it down, and he'll try and send it ahead and spring De La O. Defended away by Alcantar, and Fresno will just control and slow things down. I like the look from Soria that time. De La O came up a little lame afterwards. He's kind of clutching at his right leg. His right quad maybe twinging a little bit. This was a long run trying to get sprung by Soria, who sent it well up the field. But I like the quick counter off the deflected ball save. Little over 16 to go here in the first. 1-0 in favor of Fresno on a Brian Lopez goal. His second of the season. Play says onside. This was a good ball towards Huerta, but he just couldn't find the handle on it, a little bit over his head. Canyons trying to control just inside their own 18. Good move that time by Chavez to get it away. Cleared it out towards the midfield stripe. And Fresno on their half of the midline will control. Again, Fresno back in control. They've had a lot of this possession in the middle third so far. Very methodical in how they want to go attack. Alcantar this time trying to run it ahead on an attack. Plenty of room to work. Dumps it into the middle. Canyons trying to organize on defense. Here's Ledesma. Chips onto the outside. On the near side to Joey Chavez. Chavez on a one-touch back. Defended well by Carrillo. And he'll just ship it out of play. And I believe... I actually don't know. I don't know if it's a corner or it's a throw. Didn't see a signal from the AR on the near side. It looks like it is a corner here for Fresno. Substitutions coming for both sides. De La O coming off for College of the Canyons. Fresno sending Ledesma off for sure. And it looked like Brian Lopez going off as well. As Chris Meza coming on for Fresno. Third man coming in as well. I didn't see who came on for De La O. Looks like Andrew Huerta getting a break as well. So we get substitutions when we get a moment here. Azael Jovel coming in for College of the Canyons.
Substitution first for Fresno City. Entering the game, number 30, Kobe Aracha. Replaces number 3, Gustavo Ledesma.
Kobe Arachena coming in as Ledesma came out. Chris Meza checking in for Fresno as Andrew Huerta off the field.
And number 20, John Gleason. Replaces number 18, Brian Lopez.
And then John Gleason came in to take over Brian Lopez down on the pitch. And as we mentioned, Jovel in for De La O for College of the Canyons as Fresno once again with control and a 1-0 lead. 32nd minute here of this first half. Takeaway from Canyons. Jovel fresh into the game, but he could not get back to get it around House. As House using those long legs, that big stride to come back and get the ball. House, the sophomore defender. Showing off the experience, not panicking as the ball was taken away by Jovel. Here's Gage Fritz for Canyons. Slows things down. Here's Montes. Tejeda onto the outside. Christian Lanzas Castillo will send it over to Montez. Just on the outside of the 18 on the far wing. Working 1v1. Tried to nutmeg Gleason, couldn't, but it was knocked out of play, and it'll be a corner for Canyons here. Cougars will go quick on the corner. Lanzas Castillo tries to center it. Coming out to make the play that time for Fresno was Julian Mejia, and he'll slow things down. Good leave by Gutierrez that time. It gives Fresno a little extra room to operate. He gets it back. He'll try and send it down the far side wing. Trying to get on a run there was Gleason. Canyon staying right with him. As Balderas, Lanzas Castillo able to let it roll out without a touch, and it'll be a goal kick for COC. Still 1-0 in favor of Fresno. If you're just joining us, first minute goal from Brian Lopez is the only tally so far. House will play it back. Fresno will play control. Mejia will send it far side. Again, the Rams just content to control on their half of midfield here. Now they'll try and swing up an attack. Vieira trying to run onto it. Christian Lanzas Castillo right there with him. Alejandro Chavez over to help out. Lanzas Castillo will get a clear. Fresno will get a takeaway as Brendan Lopez will spin it back. Gutierrez got through one man. Now Fresno trying to work on an attack. Good one touch, but just not directed well enough to get over to Aracheta. Soria able to pick it up, and the Cougars try and go back the other way quickly, and now they'll slow things down themselves. Hard touch there on Jacob Reyes Silva, but he's all right. Canyons will try and switch the field to the far side. Fritz will send it over to Carrillo. Middle of the field, Sakaja back to Fritz. Pressured. Canyon's able to ping pong it around and pick it back up with Tejeda. Wanted to play it into the middle, had a run from Davila trying to pull the defense along, but couldn't get it to him. Here's Aracheta. Sorry, I got to pick this one up. There's nobody there for Fresno. Chris Meza was the only one in the area, and he was not even remotely close enough to make a dangerous chance for the Rams. So the Cougars will recontrol. Fritz able to get into the middle. Jovel out of the outside. Lanzas Castillo running ahead. Touched it back to Jovel right at the top of the 18. Had it knocked away. Cantar able to take it away cleanly. Ships it back up to Aracheta, who will send it far side wing for Fresno. Knocked off the ball was Gleason, and it's a clean play for Canyons. They'll try and get it ahead. Davila is offside, though, as he was about a step and a half ahead of the Fresno City defender. There's Gutierrez. Got it to Chavez. Down low. Bumped off the ball, but poked out by Carrillo. As Mesa was trying to make a run. It's a Fresno. It's a Canyons throw. Interesting enough. I thought it was poked out by Canyons, but instead they say it was off of Fresno. So the Cougars will bring it back in, and they'll get another throw from further up the field. A little closer to the camera this time. Joval trying to get around House, bumps him off the ball. Ian House battling 1v1. Now he'll dump it back. Here's Davila. A right-footed turning strike easily into the stomach of the goaltender Mejia. But a shot attempt for Canyons. Just their second shot of the match. Here in the 40th minute. First time we've heard Coach Marcelin speak up from the sidelines, hollering at the Canyons team. Is a chance for Fresno, but an offside flag on the near side. It wouldn't have mattered anyway. As Isaiah Villalobos was in behind the Canyons defenders. Good job by the COC defensive unit to step up and force the offside. And we'll get substitutions. I believe Villalobos coming off. Looks like Brandon Lopez coming off as well. We're still waiting on subs, so play will stop and restart. Get your full subs here in a moment. Fresno will get a throw deep.
Substitution for Fresno. Number 18, Brian Lopez, re-enters, replacing number 17, Brandon Lopez. And number 3, Gustavo Ledesma.
So it looks like Ledesma and Lopez back on. That is Brian Lopez, the goal scorer, back on. Brandon Lopez and Isaiah Villalobos off for Fresno. 42nd minute here. Fresno with a 1-0 lead. Archetta on the far side. Wants to ship it near side. Has Gutierrez on a ball, but he's offside, well offside, and well up the field. Again, smart press ahead that time by Jacob Reyes Silva and the rest of the Canyons defenders. Force the offside flag. Carrillo drives it low. Davila couldn't flick it forward. Ball comes back onto the Canyon side of midfield. Again, Fresno trying to work it onto the outside. Defended away by Jacob Reyes Silva. He'll have a long run through the middle of the field now to try and push it ahead, but his pass intercepted by Gustavo Ledesma, fresh back into the game. Now Alan Gutierrez ships it down into the box. Foul going to be signaled on Fresno on a bump from Chris Meza, trying to get in behind the Canyons defender, kind of ran right into the back of Alejandro Chavez and forced the whistle for the foul. Not a lot of whistles so far. Just that early foul. A couple others scattered throughout this first. And it's a 1-0 Fresno lead. Ball pops into the middle of the field off the foot of Soria. A couple of contacts from each side. Fresno able to come away with it. And then getting knocked down was John Gleason. He's clutching onto his right knee as he and Zael Jovel got run into one another. Fresno will play the possession here. It's Gleason hopping back up, trying to work it off. This ball into the middle of the field. Pops back to a Fresno player and a right-footed strike that goes over the net. Aracheta with the chance. Just missed. Again, our replay didn't take, so we'll wait here. It happens on occasion. Fresno calling for a foul on a jersey clutch, but didn't get it. Center official says play on. Didn't look like much, but enough to at least get Fresno to be upset about it, so maybe something there, but maybe a little crafty from the Canyons defense. Here's Joval. Delaying. Cougars trying to get organized here. Into the middle of the field. Montez trying to work around. Gutierrez got knocked down. Was trying to lean on Gutierrez, and Gutierrez just kept running, and that forced Montez down to the turf. Fresno will recontrol. Canyons will get possession to start the second half as we will end the first half in a 1-0 Fresno lead. Rams' only goal scored by Brian Lopez in the first minute of the first half. As we'll step aside, second half action, we come back here on the Cougar Sports Network.
College of the Canyons is always ready when it comes to your athletic future. With 17 intercollegiate sports programs to cheer for, opportunities for student athletes to learn, train, and compete, and a championship mindset that has produced state and national titles, College of the Canyons and the Cougars athletics programs offer a great college experience. Take control of your athletic future at College of the Canyons. Visit canyons.edu/schedule and cocathletics.com now.
Jersey Mike's, watching them freshly slice your sub is the coolest thing you'll see. And the second coolest thing you'll see is this.
Woo! Here we go. Twirl. Up, dip, through. Hand down. One hand, up. No. Flip.
I could eat.
Sliced right in front of you. The Jersey Mike's thing. A sub above.
Meet Nigel Terry. In 2018, UCLA Health made him Laker for a day. Not because he beat cancer once, he beat cancer twice. He inspired us to push, to make the impossible possible. Because that's what Nigels do. And the world needs more Nigels. UCLA Health.
At College of the Canyons, we're always here to help make your future remarkable. Choosing classes is always flexible, so you can study your way. Learn at one of our 2 state-of-the-art campuses, or from home with our online options. Tuition is always affordable, with classes starting at just $46 per unit. We offer financial aid and 0 textbook cost classes to help you save. Always flexible, affordable, remarkable. Always College of the Canyons. Visit canyons.edu/schedule now.
Our sports medicine program here at College of the Canyons is meant to introduce students who are interested in some type of career in sports medicine. Most of my students are interested in careers as an athletic trainer, physical therapist, or orthopedic surgeon. So when they're done with our program, they will have their Associates of Science. Do you love sports? And do you take satisfaction from seeing someone go from injury all the way back to the sport that they love? Then this is a program you should definitely consider.
At Jersey Mike's, they freshly slice your sub right in front of you, which takes some training.
Rising up, bread's on the sheet. Did my time, took out my toppings. Went the distance, now my prep is complete. Just a limb and its will to thrive. It's the arm of the slicer, it's the thrill of the slice. Freshly sliced before your eyes, unlike our rivals. And then every last arriver gets a sub that excites. And it's all thanks to the well-trained arm of the slicer.
Sliced right in front of you. The Jersey Mike's thing. A sub above.
College of the Canyons is always ready when it comes to your athletic future. With 17 intercollegiate sports programs to cheer for, opportunities for student athletes to learn, train, and compete, and a championship mindset that has produced state and national titles, College of the Canyons and the Cougars athletics programs offer a great college experience. Take control of your athletic future at College of the Canyons. Visit canyons.edu/schedule and cocathletics.com now.
At Jersey Mike's, watching them freshly slice your sub is the coolest thing you'll see. And the second coolest thing you'll see is this.
Woo! Here we go. Twirl. Up, big two. Hand down. One hand. Up. Up. Flip. I could eat. Sliced right in front of you. The Jersey Mike's thing. A sub above.
Welcome back into the Cougar Sports Network as we go back to work. Second half action here, COC and Fresno City College. College of the Canyons attacking to our right here in the second. In their blue uniforms, Fresno City College in their white uniforms attacking to our left. This ball on the near side touchline stays in play. Fresno going to go back on an attack here. So here's Brian Lopez trying to cut to the middle. Lopez has the only goal of the match so far. Came all the way back in the first minute. As Fresno will try and ship it down low. Huerta trying to run onto it. Defended by Chavez. Tried to play it in the middle. Taken away by Tejeda. Aracheta had it for a moment. Fresno goes back to control. They work on an attack. Good stop in the middle by Gage Fritz. As Canyons wants to work back the other way. Sakaja with it will send it back. Cougars will play control. Fritz in the middle of the field for College of the Canyons. Defended by Aracheta. Will send it back to Carrillo. Into the middle off the head of Montez. Trying to touch it over to Joval. They play catch. Now Joval will send it to the far side. Sakaja will stop it up and the Cougars will play control. Good possession here to start for College of the Canyons. They turn it over though, right on cue. Broadcaster jinx in full effect as we go back to work with Fresno on the attack. Similar lineups to what finished out the first half. I don't think there were many changes on either side. Everybody kind of going with the same group. As Fresno tries to bring it near side. Here's Edgar Vieira. Levi Alcantara will send it to the far side. Alcantara and House have done a good job on the defensive end, just possessing the ball for Fresno. Here's a throw in for College of the Canyons. These two have worked very well together, along with Vieira, who's now on the near side. Foul, free kick coming for Fresno here as they'll go fast and send it near side as they switch the field. Here's Vieira, stops it up at the midfield stripe. Sent it to Ledesma, over to House. House going to try and attack here. House on an overlap and a long run. Will send it down the far sideline. Fresno delays. Now House, he'll try and chip it into the box. High in the air, Soria coming out will make the catch. Right in his breadbasket and holds on. Soria trying to ship that one ahead. Vieira knocked it down. Fresno playing control. Here's Andrew Huerta. Trying to get around Gage Fritz, could not. Ball pinballs back towards the box. Comes right back to Huerta now, right at the top of the 18. Cuts it to the outside. Here's Mesa, tries to chip it in the middle. Header on, and a good save by Soria once again. Soria's been active so far today. He turns this one over. Fresno, another opportunity. That one blocked in front. Reyes Silva helping out. One of the Cougar captains this year with a good defensive stop. And the Cougars avoid a little bit of disaster here early in the second. Here's Fresno back to work. Long run through the middle of the field for the Rams. They can't get a chance off at the top of the 18. Falling down was Chris Meza. A little slow to get up. As the Cougars, Joval clear it back to the middle of the field. Touchdown by Vieira, taken away by Montez. Onto the near side for Canyons. Here's Jacob Davila. Into the near side, on the wing, cuts it back to the middle, defended away. Gavin House right there. House just calmly controls as he brings it upfield, and Fresno tries to go back on a counter. Soria well out of his goal to come out and play that one. Here's Fritz in the middle of the field for College of the Canyons. Looking for some help, wanted to cut it down on a run for Sakaja. Now Sakaja gets it back as it bounced back to him. He'll work down the far wing. Looking, still delays, cuts it back to the middle off a Fresno body, came to Joval. He's able to touch it to himself, take a little soft right-footed strike that goes wide of the net. And not a very dangerous chance for College of the Canyons that time, but better than what we've seen so far. Outside of the De La O look, really College of the Canyons has not had many good opportunities on the attack so far today. As we get a substitution here early in this second half. Eli Tejeda coming off, Diego Arreola coming in. We have not seen so far today Giovanni Escarrega, who is the leading scorer for College of the Canyons. And Frank Alvarez, the number 2 scorer for COC with 2 goals. Cougars have spread it around a little bit this year. Landeros has a goal. His body's battle right in front of the table. It's out off of Canyons. It'll be a Fresno throw-in. Davila has a goal. De La O has a goal this year. Montez as well. Fresno comes in to Lopez, who will dump it off. Huerta drops it back. Gutierrez will send it back to the middle. He'll get it right back and spin around the official for control. Here's House. Far side for Fresno. They still play control. Ledesma picks it back up. He'll send it near side. Once again, Alcantar able to control it ahead. Huerta now back with it for Fresno as they'll play it back around to House. Here's Fritz. Touching it ahead. Fresno gets a takeaway. Rams trying to work on a counterattack right here. Middle of the field, good defense that time from Montez on a takeaway. Cougars, though, couldn't do much with it as they tried to get a counter and could not go on the attack, so Fresno will go back to work on the offensive side. Vieira sent it to the middle of the field. Gutierrez switches the sides. Gets to the far side to Chavez. Back into the middle, Aracheta. His left-footed shot finds the far side. Aracheta with a left-footed strike from about 25. And Fresno has a 2-0 lead.
Goal for the Rams, number 30, Kobe Aracheta.
It's Aracheta for Fresno. They lead 2-0. Goal in the 52nd minute. third of the year for Aracheta. Fresno out to 2-0 lead, an early second half goal here. And now College of the Canyons, after playing mostly in a defensive posture, now they've got to start worrying about getting on the attack as you're trailing 2. If they're not careful here, as Ryan Lopez on the attack, it could be 3 in just a moment. But defended away by Fritz, who then gets knocked down. He'll pop back up. And Canyons look at a free kick. So Aracheta's third of the year. Came from about 25 out, maybe a little bit more than that. Too much pace on that one for Fresno, as Canyons will try and control back to Soria, who's been really active today. Gave it all effort he could on the last goal from Aracheta and just couldn't get a hand on it. But he's made a few big stops to keep this game within reach so far for Canyons. Now they've got to try and pay him back and get a goal or 2. See if they can get this thing back within 1 at the very least for the moment. Reyes Silva, middle of the field. Jovan will touch it back. Fritz, near side. Christian Lanzas Castillo. Good one touch onto the outside for Canyons. Areola tried to work it back to the middle. Lanzas Castillo now. Back to Fritz. In the middle, Jovan stops it up. Got it off to Montez, whose shot was blocked. Canyons wanted a handball. They didn't get it. Now Fritz will have it. Fritz, a right-footed strike that's going to go well wide of the net on the far side. Trying to curve it around a few defenders and use the bodies as a screen, but Mejia saw it the whole way and just let it roll out of play. Damian Ramirez coming on, Chris Meza coming off for Fresno. So the Rams with some fresh legs for the stretch run here in the 55th minute. Canyons got to get busy here, trailing by 2 now. Jacob Reyes Silva trying to press ahead. Runs into a couple of bodies. Fresno will play it back to Mejia. He'll swing it onto the near side. Fresno controlling. Vieira trying to send middle. Canyons will get a takeaway. Areola kind of drug back, forces a foul, and Canyons will kick it back in on a free kick here as they delay. Christian Lanzas Castillo looked like he wanted to go quick, but slowed himself down. And Alejandro Chavez instead will play it. He plays it down towards the corner. Montez, good first touch. Controls, wanted to control it back to help. And now guys getting a little tied up here. It's a throw-in for College of the Canyons. Huerta kind of a little tug and a push on Montez, who then popped him in the stomach with his right hand, but no harm, no foul. We continue on. Good throw in that time, but the Cougars can't control. They were trying to spring Davila, just had too much pace on it. Back the other way comes Fresno quickly. Spinning back is Joey Chavez. They wanted to play it back towards Mejia, I think, and it kind of was between Mejia and Alcantar. Areola able to force pressure, and the Cougars able to get a takeaway. They play it. Jovan back in the middle, was trying to get it to Montez, but he couldn't handle, and Fresno just clears it out of play to relieve the pressure. Cougars will get a throw in here. Ball skips off of Joval's chest. Sakaja They say it's off him, so it's a throw-in for Fresno. Remember, Canyon's on a 4-game win streak. Longest streak since a 3-game winning streak in 2018. Longest unbeaten streak since a 4-game unbeaten streak in 2018. Trying to, at the very least, match a 2017 5-game unbeaten streak. It's been a while since COC's had notable win streak in their record on the season. Win today matches their win total from all of last season. But right now, that looking very much in doubt as it's 2-0 in favor of Fresno, trying to go on a 4-game unbeaten streak to start the season once again. The Rams on the attack, across, defended away. Now a chance. Oh, looked like it's going to be a big right-footed strike from Aracheta, but he almost ran into his own guy, had to delay, and that gave Canyons enough time to defend it out. Good pop out, but then a foul going to be called against Montez on a ball that was loose. Got his leg a little bit too high into the Fresno player as he knocked down Joey Chavez. It forces the whistle, and it'll be a free kick coming for Fresno from a semi-dangerous location. Fresno was a little tighter on their set piece in the first half for Brian Lopez that he scored on. This one maybe about 15 paces further out. So they'll have to organize themselves a little bit more and have a few more runners in there trying to get something working. Looks like it'll be Gutierrez and Ledesma standing over it. It'll be Gutierrez who will just chip it back into the middle. Canyons defends it away. Right back to Gutierrez, who will control to the outside. Fresno will swing it all the way back. Here's Alcantar. He and Gutierrez play catch, trying to wait for Gavin House to get back to his defensive stance. He was well inside. They sent the big body in there to try and find a look and just couldn't get it to him. Vieira cut to the middle, but it's taken away. Christian Lanzas Castillo chips it into the middle. Montez touches it off to Gage Fritz. Tried to get it back to Montez. Defended away by Fresno. The Rams will control. Montez able to cut it off. Joval couldn't control cleanly. Ball pinballs around, goes back to the Canyon side. Brian Lopez flips one man, trying to work around a second. Still delays, looking for some help. Now he'll send it back. Vieira ships it far side. Sakaja got a touch on it, but went right into the feet of Joey Chavez. Chavez works back. Aracheta will just play for control, back to House. Cougars doing a lot of chasing right now. Canyons will get a takeaway, but they'll turn it right back. Fresno in very good position. Every time COC gets the ball for just a moment, just a quick touch, the Rams able to somehow come up and dispossess them once again. Standing in a lot of passing lanes so far. Goals for Fresno from Brian Lopez and Iracheta. Their second and third, respectively, of the year. Corner working for Fresno now. A little tricky on the corner that time from Fresno. Ball got put down, then a soft touch. Ball came into play, trying to catch Canyon sleeping. Did not successfully, but whistle for a foul. And Fresno will get a chance on set piece from just outside the 18 on the far wing. Maybe about 8 yards from the goal line. Hard to tell from our location down here on the floor. This ball spun into the middle. A header chance. It goes up over the bar. It bounced in towards Alan Gutierrez. He had a clean look at it as Soria was down and out and just popped it up over the top bar. So the Cougars dodge a bullet there. Need to try and find an attack. Montez. Been in the whole match so far, trying to work down the near sideline. Montez cut it to the middle, got a touchback from Davila, but cut off, and then just goes out of play by Alcantar, and then he plays a little game within the game, sends the ball deeper out of play, and the Cougars have to take a little bit extra time to get set. Looked like they would have wanted to go quick in that situation as Fresno was well up the field on the offensive side. Throw in towards the box. Pinball's out on a partial clear from Fresno. Fritz trying to get control, could not. Gutierrez sends it up far side, trying to connect on a run. Cougars turn it over. Here's a chance. Soria able to defend away the opportunity from Andrew Huerta. Never touched the ball, but got himself into a position to make himself look a lot bigger. Took away a lot of the goal. Huerta tried to chip it around him, get it to spin off the turf and go back towards the goal, and just could not. Ariola can't get a clean touch that time. It'll be Fresno throw in here. This ball popped into play. Now Ariola gets a takeaway. Christian Lanzas Castillo tries to get it right back to him. Taken away by Fresno for the moment. Ariola trying to work back onto it. Able to get it to Davila after he poked it away from Damian Ramirez, who's fresh into the game. See the legs on Ramirez. Certainly more fresh than anybody else on the field. So he took over for Andrew Huerta. Here's Sakaja trying to work down the far side for Canyons. Cougars playing control. Sakaja going to switch the field onto the near side. Lanzas Castillo, a little header towards the middle.
Number 8, Andrew Huerta.
And I think Juan Granados also on the field. Here's Granados. Tries a cross. Was looking for Ramirez, could not contact. Canyons will let it roll out, and they'll get a throw in deep in their own half. Free kick coming for COC. So we put the ball back in motion. Good ball onto the near side. Lanzas Castillo running onto it. Has it for the moment. Wanted to cut it back to the middle. Could not. Had it taken away for the moment. Fresno controlling. Down the near sideline. Iracheta battling with Gage Fritz. Able to work away from him. His pass almost taken away by COC, but Gutierrez able to retain control. Fresno, a good one touch ahead on a combination. Trying to work onto the outside, but cutting across was Canyons defender. It was Garrett Carrillo coming across to poke it out of play, and it'll be a throw in for Fresno. Shipped high in the air. A couple of bodies came together. Montez looks like he's hurt, but Canyons will play the possession. Davila down the near sideline. Working down the touchline, defended by 2 Fresno players. Finally poked out. It's going to be a corner for Canyons here. No, it's going to be a throw from right in front of the corner flag. Montez still down. They'll ask for the athletic training staff onto the field. Eric Buitrago will make his way out. So Montez up, going to walk off under his own power, which is good to see. Nelson Ortez going to come in to take over for him. So it'll add a little extra time at the end of the match here. Looking like about 3 minutes of extra time maybe at this point, although it's a guess. It's on the officials' watch.
Number 8, Nelson Ortez. Replacing number 7, Andrew Montez.
So Ortez on for Montez. Montez had been doing some good work in the middle of the field, so Ortez a tough task to take over for him as Canyons trailing by 2, a throw into the box. Chance just deflected wide, comes back over. Davila, a shot stopped by Mejia, but it was deflected out of play first by Fresno, so it'll be a corner coming for College of the Canyons. Here's Sakaja. Bends it out. Bounces off a body. Defended away by Fresno. Cleared out by Damian Ramirez. Canyons will get a throw in from just in front of their own bench. They'll go quick. Joval couldn't handle. Fresno wants to counter. Good run along the outside by Fresno, trying to cut it back to the middle. Canyons, enough bodies back to defend easily. Here's Areola now. Right through the middle of the field. Cuts it onto the outside. Sakaja. Working 1v1 down the wing against Vieira. Wanted to play it back through the middle of the field, but it's defended by Fresno as they had plenty of numbers back themselves to make sure the chance wasn't dangerous. Fresno going to take their time. All the time in the world for Fresno right now with a 2-0 lead. Sit on the ball and force Canyons into extra pressure. Canyons gets a takeaway. Davila, not a very good first touch that time. I think he was trying to touch it back over to the near wing as there were a couple of blue jerseys standing over there. I think it would have been a better option to one-touch it on goal and try and get one right there. Foul called against Fresno. Canyons will get a free kick from just inside the center circle. And it'll actually be just outside the center circle on the far side of the field. They're going to push a bunch of bodies up, including Garrett Carrillo. Carrillo out of Hart High School. No stranger to the Santa Clarita Valley soccer scene. Big body in there, trying to maybe work something towards him. This one towards Davila, defended away. Touchdown by Lances Castillo. A left foot little chip shot goes well wide. And so a chance, but not a dangerous one for College of the Canyons. And Fresno will get a goal kick. Now Canyons trying to go to work. Areola, cut it to the middle. Got it to Fritz, back to Areola. Far side is Canyons. Trying to control, they gotta get an attack going here. 74th minute, starting to run out of time, needing 2. Play on side on the far side. Sakasha cuts it in the middle, and then it's defended away by Fresno. So goal kick coming, but a dangerous chance for Canyons, and now they get to set something up and see if they can create something a little more dangerous. Short on the corner. Fritz spins around one man. Chips it across, but Fresno has plenty of white jerseys there to take it away as Ledesma just calmly touches it down and clears it out onto the near side for a throw-in for Canyons. They'll go quick on the throw. Jovan wanted to play it ahead. Again, good first touch from Fresno to defend away. And another one. Ledesma showing off the foot skills. Very nice first touches to knock the ball down and give himself plenty of time to get it clear. It's Mejia. Swings onto the near side. Too much heat on it. Goes out of play. Throw-in coming for Canyons here. Lances Castillo. Got it back to Fritz. Fritz spins it back to Carrillo. Near side, Christian Lances Castillo. He's got lots of room to work. Plays it down the near sideline. Areola wanting to cut. Now has a chance. Gets into the top of the 18, defended away. Got it back. He and Vieira battling for it. Areola on the ground. He and Vieira tied up. Now there's Canyons. Davila walking to the middle of the top of the 6, but couldn't get a shot away. And Fresno will get a clear. Most pressure we've seen from Canyons today. Here's Fritz. Well, looked like he might have had some room to take one. Instead, he tried to make an extra move, lost it, and Fresno back the other direction. Touch off onto the far side. Beautiful touch that time to Ramirez. In, chance, chips, and he scores over the top of Soria. Beautiful pass from Villalobos on the one touch, and Fresno has all but put this away with a 3-0 lead in the 76th minute. For Ramirez, his first of the year, set up nicely by Villalobos.
Assisted by number 32, Isaiah Villalobos.
So Ramirez is first in the 72nd minute. Villalobos with his first assist of the year and 3rd point of the season. And now Fresno can all but sit in a defensive posture and force Canyons to really push the pressure on the attack. That's what really created the counter chance that worked out nicely a few moments ago for Fresno.
Substitution for the Rams, number 11, Levi Alcantara. Replaces number 3, Gustavo Ledesma.
Alcantara back in, takes over for Ledesma. Ball spun down the near touchline and keeps in play. Villalobos sends it to the middle of the field. Gutierrez, far side. There's Ramirez, the goal scorer from a few moments ago. And then a foul. Fritz got knocked down. And we might get our first card of the match, and we indeed do. Card went to, I believe, Iracheta. And they were saying it was a hand touch with the keeper out of the box. Fresno trying to argue that it touched Mejia's feet. If it is indeed a hand touch outside the box, the Cougars will get a close spot set piece from the top of the 18 here. And that is indeed what it's going to be. So maybe the best opportunity right now for Canyons to try and get something going here in the 79th minute. Cougars will get a good chance here. Ortez standing around it. Looks like Sakaja standing around it as well. Right from the top of the 18. Sakaja will run over it. Ortez, his shot blocked. Again, Canyons calling for a handball. That one hit Fresno in the back, I believe, the Fresno defender. And just once again, well defended by the Rams. The ball goes off of Jacob Reyes Silva. Canyons gets a takeaway as one of the Rams fell down. Cougars can't go back on the attack. Areola ran into one of the Fresno players who I think took maybe a leg or a knee right in a bad spot. Hops up, tries to run it off as we continue play. Lances Castillo trying to layer it into the middle. There's Granados. Tries to pop it to the middle. Defended by Carrillo. Knocked down by Brandon Lopez. Flipped back out to the middle by Canyons, and then Brandon Lopez will play it onto the far side for Fresno as they'll control in the middle of the field here. Chetta, he has a goal today. Pops it off onto the far side. Joey Chavez will spin back with control. Touched it back to Iracheta. He's got a long run, gets around a couple of defenders. Working one-on-one against Jacob Reyes Silva, who pokes it out of play. It's a Fresno corner from the far side of the field. Substitutions coming, 4 Fresno bodies up off the bench. So they're going to go full fresh legs here for the final 10. Maybe 13, depending on how much added time. So lots of fresh bodies here on the corner for Fresno. This one defended or tipped on, and a good save by Soria. Julian Ramirez, I believe, had the opportunity on a good header on that set piece. And again, Fresno will set the same thing up. This time Canyon scouts it a touch better and is able to clear it away. So credit Adam Soria. I know he's given up 3 today, but boy, has he made a number of saves to keep this from being really lopsided.
Replaces number 2, Damian Ramirez.
So he's been the highlight of the match so far for College of the Canyons.
Replaces number 5, Edgar
Here's
Diallo.
Fresno once again. They cut it back to the middle of the field, defended, rolls right into Soria, who wraps it up. And again,
Number 16,
I can't say
Julian
enough today
Ramirez.
about how Adam Soria's played. I know he's allowed 3, but
Chavez.
boy, it could be 6 or 7 at this
And
point in
number
time for
12,
Fresno.
Gio Arguello. Replaces number 30, Kobe Arachida.
Bunch of subs for Fresno. We'll try and get them for you here as we're in the final 10. Really inside the final 7, depending on how much extra we have. This one into the middle of the field. Flicked out by Canyons. Controlled by Espinoza. Taken away by COC. Here's Areola trying to control. So Arguello takes over for Iracheta. Espinoza in for Ramirez. Clavio in for Vieira. And Ramirez, that's Julian Ramirez, in for Joey Chavez. And it looks like Fresno's setting up for 3 more subs, so getting as much of the bench into the game as they can with a 3-0 lead. And why not? Fresh legs out there. And they've controlled the match pretty much from start to finish. A first-minute goal from Brian Lopez. A 52nd-minute goal by Iracheta, and a 76th-minute goal from Ramirez. Damian Ramirez. That's been all they've needed. As Canyons, despite a few chances here in the later stages of this second half, really has not put much by way of dangerous attacks on. Here's Fresno with another attack chance. Ball cut to the middle and shot well high over the net. Tried to go by himself with a left-footed strike and missed it well high. Looks like Brandon Lopez coming off. Alan Gutierrez coming off as well. Jake Calms in for one of the subs.
Substitution for the Rams, number 23, Jake Calmez. Replaces number 17, Brandon Lopez. And number 20, John Gleason.
John Gleason back in the game as
Replaces
well.
number 16, Julian Ramirez.
It's Julian Ramirez and Brandon Lopez off the field.
Keep going.
Here's Gleason. Fritz takes him off the ball. Swings it ahead. Defended out by Fresno. It's a touch by Aguelo. There's Fritz again. Touches it back. Areola now for College of the Canyons. Sends it back to Gage Fritz. Far side of the field now. At this point of your COC trying to build something for their next match. They go out on the road. It's a long road trip coming up. They'll be on the road against Monterey Peninsula on the 14th, then Santa Rosa on the 15th, Santa Barbara on the 19th before back at home against Pasadena City on the 26th. 3 tough games out on the road. Monterey Peninsula, Santa Rosa, and Santa Barbara. And a long, long road trip as this one out off of a Fresno defender results in a Canyons corner. Remember, plenty more action coming up on the Cougar Sports Network this week. We'll have volleyball tomorrow night. College of the Canyons, Desert College from the Cougar Cage at 6 p.m. on Friday at San Bernardino Valley in town to take on the women's soccer team, and then Palomar on Saturday to take on COC football, who's looking for their first win of the season after a tough loss here at home on Saturday against Fullerton. Free kick coming for Canyons, chipped in the middle, defended out. Came right to Areola. Tried to touch it off his chest and then onto his foot and clicked it out of play. So, final couple here. Fresno should walk away with a 2-0 win, or 3-0 victory at the very least. That was not well played by Mejia. Little misclick from him that time. Bobby, you didn't bring me any fries? What's up, man? Kidding. So Fresno in possession. Final minute of regulation, plus added time. Mejia dancing around with it, got knocked down by one of the Cougars, and it'll force a whistle. Joval was not happy with the way Mejia was dancing with the ball, and results in a Joval card. Comes in the 89th minute. So we're in extra time now. Julian Ramirez trying to work down the far sideline for Fresno. Good touch by Gage Fritz. Canyons trying to work back on a counterattack. Could not get past the second layer of Fresno defense. And Fresno back the other way. Long left-footed strike misses well wide of the goal, as Juan Granados was trying to put up a highlight reel. Here's Canyons trying to work down the near side. Davila at least trying to break the shutout. Into the middle, but nobody there. Joval was initially cutting to the middle of the field and then just stopped his run. Now Areola. Lanzas Castillo. Back to Ariel on the near wing. Cross towards the back post. Defended away. That one poked out by Canyons. Throw in coming for Fresno. One of the Fresno players down. Official saying hop up and play. There were some bodies kind of gathered down there. A couple of Cougars, a couple of Rams. Head official just saying, let's finish this out as we're in the final moments. Just waiting on the last whistle in a 3-0 Fresno match. Now a foul on Fresno. Canyons will have a set piece opportunity here in the final moments. At the very least, trying to close a shutout or eliminate a shutout. Flipped in, Mejia punches it out. Ball loose, deflected on, and they score! Areola, I believe, got the piece of it that went in. On a ball that kind of bounced, and that'll end the match, but the Cougars do break the shutout in the 90th plus minute.
Oh, College of the Canyons, number 12, Diego Areola.
So you'll give it to Areola. That'll end the match as Fresno takes a 3-1 lead on a late goal from College of the Canyons. But that'll do it for us here today. We thank you for joining us, and we hope to see you tomorrow night, volleyball, here on the Cougar Sports Network, COC, and Desert College. Have a good night, everybody.
Great job.
Thank you. I want to go there.